Hey YouTube! I figured my first video back in 8 months would be a haul video because everybody loves hauls, and I figured it'd get me back into the swing of things. I had quit because when I worked at Sephora and I had a couple friends who were kind of like bashing the YouTube thing, and then this year I decided that I didn't need that kind of negativity, and I like making videos and I like talking to the camera about makeup. So Sephora time. My sisters and I have gone in a couple times last week and I did some pretty bad damage. So I'll just go ahead and start with the stuff that I got on the first trip that was more like essentials that I was supposed to go in for. This is the only thing that well, there's two things I truly went in for. And this is an eyeliner. It's by Stila. It's a brown one in Lionfish. And I had run out of one that was from a limited edition like set from Outlook that I had purchased, and these are, oh my goodness, these are the honestly the like one of the the only eyeliners that I would recommend to clients when they came in when I was working at Sephora. There's nothing that's been so universally, like, if you have dry lids, you have oily lids, these bad boys are gonna stay. And I think that if you like black or brown or any color at all, they've got it for you, and these are fantastic eyeliners. The other thing I went in for is something that I have used up because I'm pregnant with my third boy, last baby. It is the Josie Maran 100% Argan Oil. My skin has been exceptionally dry, especially in my forehead. So I've been really trucking through my other mini bottle of it. It did last me a good year. And so I didn't go ahead and purchase the big bottle. I think it's like $52. This is $16. But if you have dry skin, this is something I highly recommend either mixing in with a moisturizer. You can do that during the day as long as you only mix like a drop. And if you have very dry skin, you can get away with 2 drops as well. And then at night, I literally just smother my face in this. And it's been helping so much with especially all the flakiness in my forehead. And then I didn't expect to see any more Soap and Glory stuff there because if you probably know, if you like to beauty shop, they're going out of Sephora. So I got the Soap and Glory A Great Kisser. This one's in Vanilla Bean, and it looks like this on the inside. What it does is it smells very faintly of vanilla, and it has a really, really light tint to it. Like, it's really just gonna emphasize the pink in your lips, and it's nice for days where you aren't wearing a whole lot of makeup, or you're doing minimal makeup, or you're doing housework like myself. And I like to just throw this on so that I have a little extra moisture, and so I look like I've done something, like, you know, lips, eyelashes, and brows. I try to pretty much always do, so that I'm not like just bumming around and I don't feel as good about myself. So this has been really nice. At first I thought it was pretty gloss-like in texture, but the more I was using it, the more I realized there's a balming effect to it as well. So if you're not really a lipstick wearer, but you want a little something, but you don't really want a gloss per se, I would give this a try, especially since they're clearancing out, and $6, I mean, it's a lot of product for it. And then this, I've been wanting for a really long time, but I didn't expect to see it, and it's the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. I got mine in the shade 2, because like everybody else who didn't get Heat Wave, or I believe it's Whisper of Guilt from MAC, this is a dupe for it. And I've seen the swatches, and they honestly, they all look very, very similar. And everybody's ignoring the bronzer. I'm not a big bronzer person. I just do really light contouring. I don't typically bronze up the face. I have today. It's something new that I'm getting into for the spring and summer. But this is a really nice bronzer, especially because here's the thing, is if you're fair, it might look kind of orange in the swatch. It actually looks better than I expected it to when you swatch it together. But the thing with this is it's the the gelée to powder kind of formula. So your brush is not, your brush is not going to pick up a ton of product. So especially if you've got fair to light skin, these are really nice bronzers to get you into bronzing, because it's not going to it's going to be pretty hard to overdo it on the bronzing. And as far as the highlight, I've got to confess something to you guys. I am slightly disappointed, because here is that gorgeous swatch that you see everybody else doing. The thing with it is, and I know this, is that most people that you're probably watching on YouTube probably have a ring light. They probably have like soft box lighting, stuff like that. I'm using 100% like natural lighting. So if you see it going in and out and stuff, it's cloudy or whatever, like I'm just using the sun. those kind of lights really emphasize any kind of highlights or anything like that that you've got going on the skin. So it makes these look more intense than they are. When you just take a brush into this highlight, it can be for the everyday woman who wants some glow to her face. What I like to do to really pack a punch and really get that like YouTuber glowing vibe is I mean, not that it's not a nice highlight, it's just not what I expected. I like to use my finger and dab it on to the areas where I want just a little bit more glow, and that seemed to really make a good difference. And then my second trip was, it was bad, you guys. It was bad. I mean, it was good. It was good, don't get me wrong, but it was bad. I'm trying to pick this up. I had wanted to purchase for my sister the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. She's getting ready to go to California. She only has makeup really that I've like given on to her because I don't really care for it or whatever. And when I was leaving, I had my other sister like diverting her so that I could pay for it without her seeing. So when I was leaving, I ended up seeing this fresh set, and I had wanted to try the Tulip one. I wanted to try the Advanced Therapy, and then I had just run out of my Lush Sugar Lip Scrub. And the other one in here was the rose one. I do have the full size of it. I couldn't find it to swatch for you guys, but I ended up giving it to my sister already. So I'm gonna just go ahead and show you the Tulip one. It's really, really pretty. It's just, for spring, like, oh goodness, come on. Like, that is gorgeous. And then this one, I've really been liking. I've tried it out a couple times since I've bought it. And I typically wear the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask at night, but this is like, if I don't want something as heavy but I still want really nice moisturization, I really like this. It's not the exact same as the Bite Beauty, but it still gives me like really good results. And you could wear this just on the day-to-day as well. And then I've tried out the lip polish once as well, and it's kind of a citrusy brown sugar kind of smell, which I know doesn't sound pleasant together. I kind of like it. It's got some kind of oil or something in it, I'm assuming, because it's very conditioning, but the granules are so tiny that it really gets the job done too. I'm really liking this, so I guess we'll see how I'm getting on with it later on, but so far so good. Lip product wise, oh goodness gracious, Mama loves the lip products. My husband counted up my lipsticks and it was like, I mean, in the mid 100s, and he posted on Facebook, he's like, we could feed my family for a week, and I'm like, try a month, but I obviously did not say anything. One of the first things that was a repurchase because I've used up is the Bare Minerals Hypnotist Marvelous Moxie lip gloss. It doesn't look like this, honestly, when you're putting it on your lips. It's more of a clear gloss. It can have kind of like a grayish effect too, which sounds unpleasant, but it's a really pretty gloss. There's absolutely no stickiness to it, and there is, I mean, you can see kind of the duochrome effect, but you're not getting exactly this from the tube. Smells just like mint chocolate chip. So if you need that in a gloss, here you go. I just really like it for an everyday gloss, and I used up another one, so I was like kind of missing it. Well, I haven't 100% used it up, but I was like sad at the idea that it was like gonna be gone soon. So I figured I'd just pick up another one because I'm getting ready to declutter my lip products. And then the other lip gloss I got was, one second, my hubby's calling. The other gloss I picked up, we were in a freestanding Sephora, which my town only has one inside JCPenney. That's one I used to work at. And so I was just passing by the Buxom because my Sephora has a pretty nice Buxom display, and my sister stopped me and go, Kristen, this lip gloss is your name. It says Kristen, it's spelled the right way. I literally didn't even look at the color. I just turned around, grabbed it, and put it in my bag. I obviously like looked at the color before I actually bought it, but the initial reaction was like, nothing ever has my name or spelled right or anything. And it's a really pretty peachy pink lip gloss for springtime. And these are one of their full-on lip polishes. They're some of my favorite formulas. They've got a nice bit of a plumping effect to them, which I love that. They're also very sticky, which I don't mind that. I just always want to mention that for people who don't. And their color is not, you can see that's the Hypnotist, and then that's the Kristen. The color is not extreme, but there's enough of a tint that what I like to use lip glosses for is to top and to intensify a color. So these do that 100% for me. and I love it. It has my name. I love it. The color's even pretty. I just am so happy about that. And then one of the lipsticks I got is the Rouge Volupté in 15. It's what I'm wearing today. I also already owned it. I don't know. My husband told me that's kind of embarrassing. It's true. It's a really pretty reddy orange color for spring, and I've already used it before I found out, so I don't know, I might keep it. I probably won't return it because they're not gonna be able to resell it, so I don't want to waste product. And I've gone through a fair chunk of my other ones, so it'll get some love, definitely. So, but still, funny story. I was looking at number 3 as well, and I just should have gotten number 3, but I didn't because I got my first Marc Jacobs lipstick from the new Nudes line. Blah blah blah, the packaging is great, just like the YSL, magnetic. I really adore, I think this is very, very chic packaging. I guess I could have swatched the other one on my hand. This 15 would look good on absolutely anybody. I don't care how light you are, I don't care how deep you are. If you have deep skin, oh my goodness, this would look gorgeous on you. If you're looking for one splurge-worthy lipstick this summer and you like the color, go try this one on because this is gorgeous, and this formula is to die for. They smell very fruity, like mango-y. I mean, obviously look at the packaging, that's like not a problem. And they're very, very pigmented. Like one swipe just is good. Like I like to do a swipe, then go over, and then mush my lips together, and they're so smooth on the lips. I love these lipsticks. But anyway, the Marc Jacobs new Nudes, I got mine in Role Play, which is like kind of that mauvey brown pinky color. And I love this. I know everyone's getting Eat Cake, which they're pretty similar, I think. But this one is Role Play. If you can't, I mean, Eat Cake, I'm pretty sure it's still sold out online. I would look at this one because this one is just gorgeous, and the formula on these is amazing. You don't need a lip liner. It's not gonna settle. It's not gonna dry out your lips. This is a fantastic formula, and I was a little bit like, I don't know, wishy-washy. Sometimes when brands, I don't know, like Marc Jacobs and not Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci and stuff like that, like they've specialized in something else for so long, so the fact that they're now coming to makeup, I'm like it made me nervous to try some stuff, even though I love the eyeshadows and the blush. But this is another just ballpark, and I love it, and I love nude lips. So to continue on with the madness, I guess we'll stop and do a skincare item. This is something, the Clinique Moisture Surge Intense. If you have dry skin, you need it. It is the best like hydrating moisturizer I've found for dry skin. It smells delicious, like it's like a sweet, like a vanilla-y sweet. Like it's not vanilla, but it's that kind of sweet, like a spa. And it's a gel cream combo formula, which is super nice, especially in the summer. It gets hot, but sometimes your skin's just still dry. Like, you feel me, dry skin girls. This is the best moisturizer I've found. Hydration-wise, I find it very comparable to the Kate Somerville Nourish Moisturizer. If you have oily skin but it's dehydrated, they have an oil-free version of that as well. Fantastic. But this is less expensive. So, I love it, love it. And I had been out of my deluxe sample size, and so I was trying to go through some other things, and I was just needing more moisture, and I was missing this, and it's already back to making a difference. I'm hoping between this and the Josie Maran Argan Oil, I can get this pregnancy skin back to like 100%, because I do have normal to dry skin, and then I have redness. The only thing I can't really solve is the redness, so that's where foundation comes in. Am I right, ladies? Okay, a couple other products. And I guess I'll do these eyeshadows first. I got some Makeup Forever Artist eyeshadows. If you're a makeup artist, I highly recommend investing in these. I know that they are an investment, and I know like up front you're like, the cost is crazy. Psychologically, a lot of people don't want to do the cost up front. But like deal-wise, it is just as good as getting like at least the MAC eyeshadow. I think it might be in between like the MAC and Makeup Geek eyeshadow price, but it just costs more up front. And I feel really bad. I'm not gonna pop these out right now, but I will list the names down below because I don't have something to pop these, like they're really hard to get out. But these are gorgeous eyeshadows, and the blendability on these is unlike anything, I'm really bad at this whole swatching deal. So let me retry this. This first one I know is a diamond shade, okay? And I've been like loving this in the inner corner, like that first like third of the eye. This one, the matte shade that I've got, I know the shade. It's M536 and the color is milk tea. I thought that this would be a beautiful and perfect transition color, one that I was desperate to have. I have saved it online. I've been looking at it over and over, and as soon as we went into my Sephora and I saw it, before I saw it and I was like, you guys, I'm gonna tell you the name of this shadow and I want you to tell me that I'm right. And I was like, that's M536 milk tea, because I've been obsessing over this, like unhealthy. It's just a transition shade, but I love it. And this last one is like that perfect coral. If you have brown eyes, oh my goodness, it's gonna bring out the honey in it. If you've got blue or green eyes, it's like kind of opposite the color wheel, so it's really gonna help those pop as well, especially with the brown eyeliner. I will do a look with this, something that's super basic, but it's just gorgeous and it's gonna work for everybody, eye color wise. And I'm sure even skin tone wise, actually. The only thing I'm not 100% sure on right now is olive, but these are just absolutely gorgeous eyeshadows. I highly recommend the investment. I have 6 of them now. Would love to get more, but like I said, it's kind of hard to just splurge out all at once sometimes. And then I got a bronzer, and this is another very splurge-worthy product. A lot of people are picking up this bronzer. It is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer. I have mine in the lighter shade, which is Luminous Bronze Light, and it is the size of the sorry, I blended it earlier so you can't really tell. It's the size of the powders, so, but it's $5 more, which is kind of sucks, let's be real. Especially because these are already expensive. But in all of the swatches, quite honestly, it looks orange to me. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one believing that, but it looks orange. It's right there, and even there, I mean, it looks kind of orange. That's compared to the Makeup Forever, where that one has like more of a like a glow. I have this, like, you can see it around my forehead and stuff like that. It doesn't look orange on the skin. Like, I don't know what kind of magic is in this, because also it looks like there are tiny, like very fine glitter particles, and that in no way translates. But if you're fair and you've always wanted the J-Lo glow, but you're like, I cannot do this, like I'm a piece of paper, this is it. I don't think that everybody needs this though. Like, let me be real, I love this. I have been fine. I think I'm going to use it all summer. But I don't think everybody needs it. I think that it's gonna be depending on what you're looking for in your situation, etc. Whether or not you want to splurge on this bad boy, because it's a splurge. And then something else that I am obsessed with, Dior Skin Nude Air Serum Foundation. Oh my, I have mine in the lightest shade because look at me. This is like magic and beauty in a bottle. Firstly, you don't feel this on your skin. Like, you know some things where it's like, you don't feel it, but you can still kind of like, you know, this is like, it is your skin. You don't feel it. There's like no tackiness. There's nothing on my face. There's a whole lot of makeup, but it doesn't feel like it. The way I like to apply this is drop on this cheek, drop on this forehead, not a cheek, a half a drop on my nose, and then I like to use what's left on the applicator and rub it on my chin. This is not a light coverage foundation. This isn't a review. I would like to do a review and demo on this. It'll be up next week. I like to use the Expert Face Brush. This is when you start out with the way that I just explained it, that is medium coverage, okay? I have redness in my cheeks. So I would say that what I also like to do is I add another drop on each cheek once I've buffed it in overall, and then that gives me the lighter side of a full coverage, if that makes sense. So it's not that full intensity like Kat Von D, Tarte Amazonian Clay, Makeup Forever HD. It's not that full coverage, but it's full coverage. And I've had this on since 8 o'clock this morning. I believe it's around 3:30 or 4 right now. It's almost 4 o'clock. And it's just, I mean, it's not breaking down. There's like, you see how you can still see some of my freckles through it even, but like the redness, when I do the demo, you'll see what I mean, but I have redness in my face. This is gorgeous, and I highly recommend going and getting a sample of it, and then I bet it'll be Monday or Tuesday where I'll have a demo and review of this bad boy up, because you need it in your life. Last thing, I promise, Marc Jacobs, the Dreamer palette. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this. It is like 100% the perfect everyday nude palette for spring and summer. I didn't finish my thought. You see those colors, like, oh my goodness. And if you've ever tried a Marc Jacobs palette, you'll know that those shadows are stinking smooth. They have pigment to them. They are gorgeous, and they're, gosh, they're wonderful, and they're luxurious, and you're paying for them. Honestly, they're expensive, but to me they're so worth it. Here's the palette swatch. It's actually backwards based off, well, I mean, if you go this way, that's the way the colors are, so it looks backwards maybe. These are so nice. I've used them to do my eye look today. I've used almost every color. I didn't use this one, and I didn't use this like matte peach one. You can see on this like kind of rosy one right there that there's a little bit of, it's a bit powdery compared to the other ones, but the color on it is gorgeous, and that's kind of what I've like done a little bit on the middle of my lid. And I just, if you're wanting to splurge on a palette that you'll use all spring and summer, if you're kind of that everyday woman where you want something neutral enough but you still maybe want to splurge, like this is good. I really love this. I know there is the Lover palette, which is also very neutral, so maybe if you don't really want these goldy kind of tones, the rose gold there, maybe go check out the Lover instead. I can't exactly remember the colors, but it's good. And then the other thing that I didn't actually bring with me, one second. The last thing that I had picked up is something that everybody has been raving about. It's the Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer. It says Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. I am wearing it today. I mean, I've had it on for a good fair, whatever 8 to 3 is. I can't think right now. What is that, like 8 hours, 9 hours, something like that. Don't make fun of my math, I'm pregnant. I don't get it. This is not full coverage. I know if I'm alone in this, I guess that could be, but if I'm not, could you please let me know like how this didn't work for you too, and if it's working for you, what are you doing? Because I don't feel like I understand. I feel like a ton of product comes on this little spatula thing that everybody loves. It just, I don't know, and I'm fair, and a lot of people don't talk about how hard it is to find a fair concealer, a fair foundation, stuff like that, because deeper skin tones are always left out as well. But fair people, it is hard sometimes. There's no colors for deeper skin, and I don't understand that. These are all like, this is like highlighting. Like, this is highlighting for me, and I'm the lightest shade in any foundation you're gonna find. It's just, I don't get it. It's fine if you want to highlight, but it's not like covering anything. Like, I also use a corrector underneath my foundation. So, excuse me, that's like why I'm getting the concealing part of it, but this might go back. It probably will go back because I love my NARS, and my NARS is almost out, and I would rather have that instead of trying to make this work. So we'll see. I'm gonna try it out a little bit more because I did spend my money on it, so I want to see if it'll work. But if it doesn't, I'm just gonna return it. So that's that. And that is everything. If you stuck through with my first video back, thank you. I love you. I would really love for you to like and subscribe. I'm like in the YouTube game now. Like, whatever, like, I love it, and I really don't care what anyone says. It's fun, and if you're debating a channel, if you have a channel, let me know, because I'm addicted to watching YouTube videos. But I want to film about 2 videos a week, and we'll see how that goes, because I'm a full-time student, and I have 2.5 babies. And until then, I will see you guys in my next one, which will be the review on this, and then I'll also have a MAC haul because I did some damage at MAC. That's my cat. I'm just waiting for my MAC wash and dry stuff to come in, which it says it shipped today, so it should be here soon. But that'll be up next week as well. And I really hope you guys stick around and continue this journey with me. Bye guys.